And I personally feel textile industry, as has already mentioned, is one of the biggest catalysts for growth in the factories, but the biggest income it provides to the whole village where this cotton crop is grown. Because in India, cotton is cut by hand, unlike wheat and rice, where one person comes and cuts the complete crop and takes away all the income. I've seen with the growth of cotton in Punjab, the prosperity in the villages of Punjab has also increased. Because everyone from small daily children, everyone they go pick up cotton from the farms and they collect and sell it, and they get their wages. That itself has added a lot to our economy. In Agarh, as I was mentioning before, promoting textile industry is one of our major priorities, or I can say the main priority. We are coming out with a very attractive policy, and that's investment policy. I will not call it industry policy, I will call it investment policy, which is going to cover every field of investment, and this policy will be operational from 1st of April. We have gone through various policies of various states, studied them, their implications, and kept in our state in mind, keeping our advantages in mind and disadvantages in mind. We are learning through the learning curve, and I think once the policy comes out, I cannot give details of the policy because once the cabinet clears it, only then we can make it public. But one thing I can show you, it is going to be the best policy in the country, investment policy. We are going to cut out a lot of bottlenecks this time in the policy for promoting industry and investment. Biggest disadvantage in the country is that rather than attracting investment, we discourage investment by the formalities and the conditions we put. So many things, and I think these conditions have been put during the British days, and that time the situation was very different from what is today. Times have changed, priorities have changed, technologies have changed. Like for example, initially in a defense airport, normal guests would fly because they said they will get to know the defense secrets. Today everything is given on Google. But still, the civil aviation authority has that thing in mind that they cannot allow people to go there forward. Everything will be either online or those steps will be reduced from 10 to 1 or 2, depending on the case-to-case basis. We have an NPI in our state, or every state has. A Mercedes vehicle has to be certified by NBI. I don't think so he's sat in a Mercedes car in his life. So these are the old traditions and rules. That's the reason why I personally say that indecisiveness has led to the crisis in the country. The countries which are states which take decisions fast, this power. And you will be very happy by the end of this year, 2013. The beginning of 2014, we will be a power surplus state. We will be selling power rather than importing power to other states. We have got demand from Pakistan to supply to them because they are in a big crisis in power. But it all depends on the government of India's position. But we will be power surplus state. The reason we have been able to achieve this is that we have very aggressively pursued our target of making our state power surplus. In the last 4 years, we have added and we have huge mega power plants under construction, and that also by top companies in the world, from Sterlite to LNG, are setting up their plants, and they are very advanced. Now that basically in the final stages, and hopefully the first unit will start operational by June, and every 3 months new units are going to be added, and by the end of this year we will be power surplus state. So, a biggest attraction for any state investment is power. I have business in Haryana. I think there are 15 hours power. That was if you're lucky, otherwise it's 20. And I was talking with my person sitting next to me, Mr. Parmon. Yes. He was telling me in Tamil Nadu, which is supposed to be the biggest textile hub as our region going to that, they are putting 15 hours of power cuts. So that means the majority of the day is without power. So I think you should pack up and come there. I think you have power. And you give critical power. I think ours is the only state where businessmen have been given critical power. And in the state we have 2 cabinet ministers and who are in the textile industry. Mr. Vijay Gupta is the cabinet minister and Mr. Kamal Oswal. And can you imagine they have to formulate the policy of food industry. But unfortunately, they also like politicians, they can never agree. So the delay is not on us, but delay is on their part because they are not agreeing what to decide and what to give. So anyway, so power is one of the best states in power. Secondly, our major concentration is connectivity through road and air. Within 3 years from now, you can go to any part of Punjab. It will be connected by 4 to 6 lane expressways. Anywhere, when I say anywhere means anywhere. All these projects have been cleared. Some are under construction, some are under tender stage, some are allotment stage, some are already in the final stage of implementation. We are spending approximately 20,000 crores in the next 3 years on road infrastructure. There will be no state in the country where any part of the state you go, you can connect to the expressway. Like from here to Bhatinda, which is going to be the textile hub. Today it takes you 4 hours. I think with the expressway, which is 2,000 crore expressway, it will take you maximum 2 hours. And that's why anyway the time distance from Delhi to Gurgaon or Manesar, which you go. So that's the level of connectivity we are providing us in the next few years. Third, we are connecting ourselves to airports. In Punjab, within say 3 years, I say 3 years or maybe for 2 years, after every 100 kilometers, 150 kilometers, there is an airport. Bhatinda Airport, where it is going to be a textile hub, which will come down with a policy, which is going to be where most of the textile units are going to come, because that's the textile cotton hub of the state. Bhatinda Airport is operated, is built, completed. Within this month, the civil aviation minister is going to inaugurate it, and the flights are going to start next month from Bhatinda, connecting Bhatinda next to the rest of the country. Ludhiana Airport, within this year, we are going to acquire more land and making it a very big, like Mohali or Amritsar Airport. The same airport expanding, we are acquiring approximately 900 acres. Process is going on. And once that is done, that will be a full-fledged airport, unlike now, where visibility and other ILS problems have resulted in delay or no flights. A small state which will have 3 international airports, one already operational, second Mohali will be operational within 2 years. From the new terminal, from this terminal, present terminal, I was the Minister of Civil Aviation, and he assured me from next month they will launch the flights from here, where we land in Chandigarh, that airport international flights. So look at the connectivity. I don't think so any state in India has such good connectivity, will have such good connectivity like the state of Punjab. Like Haryana doesn't have an airport. I think UP there is only one, now maybe 1 or 2 more. But look at all of the country, there are only 30 airports international, and 3 will be in Punjab. So that is going to be another advantage for our state. And the fourth advantage we have is the opening of the border with with Pakistan by Wagah border, and they will look at Fazilka border also. That is going to be the closest route, exit route out of North India from the world. I think Karachi port is going to be closer than in the Bombay port from Punjab. And with this, I think within this month, 2 months time, I think about 1,700 items are going to be cleared for export from the Wagah border. And with that opening up, I think North India, especially Punjab, is going to become a biggest hub. Anyway, this part of the world, this can be a connecting route by trucks and buses. In trucks, and I was in Lahore the other day, and a lot of transporters who transport from Lahore to Afghanistan, to Iran, to Iraq, they transport goods from here. And they were also waiting for this Wagah border to all items to open up. And after that, the connectivity will increase. Left Punjab during the terrorism days, and all of them come back. Why? The work culture in our state is so good. You'll never hear about a strike in our state. Never, not at all. A strike in our state. And you go to other parts of the country, you hear of strike, unionism, you have labor problem or some problem. I have never heard of any state. Even the Congress party, when I say the seat, not even the chair seat in our state. So that's because Punjabis by nature are businessmen. Whether you are a farmer, you are a businessman, whether you are a industrialist, businessman. And I was going through, because all my life I spent in villages and meet people. You go to the poorest of poorest village, you go to the poorest of poorest house in a village, you have a TV, you have a fridge, you have a dish, connectivity, and and I think the minimum income of his family will be nothing less than 10,000 rupees per month. I've seen. And whenever you go to the serving, when you go to the house, the poorest person will serve you Kaju, Badam. This clearly shows that consumerism in our state. We have the highest consumer, I don't know how they look at index or whatever it is, but consumerism you can feel in our state. Last 4-5 years, everyone says that the Indian economy has gone down, the revenues have gone down, the world economy has gone down, revenues, world economy has gone down. In Punjab, for example, when we took over this government in 2007, the VAT collection in Punjab state was 5,000 crores. Today it is the 6th year, and this year we are closing at 15,500 crores a year. Next year, only next year target is 21,000 crores a year. So I don't think so the economy is down. I think Punjab is the only state where there is a 25% growth every year in revenue collection. This really shows the business is going. People are talking about real estate has gone down all over the country. I was looking at the revenue figures from stamp duty. We are just short of, I think, 100 crores than last year. Just short of 100 crores within the month. The people are not there. It's completely slowed down. It is more of a perception created over the country that things are going on. But I think the states which know or manage things well, and one of the main reasons we are making everything online. Our excise and taxation department by next month onward will be a paperless department. Means you don't need to deal with the department on everything is paperless, all online. Your tax returns, most of the taxes in Punjab, or maybe 100% of taxes in Punjab will be online. So you just press transport plane, you just press one button and your bank account goes to the government account and you get a receipt. You don't have to go to the department. So that's the level of modernization, that's the level of technology we are using in our state. And it is the best opportunity for everybody to invest here in Punjab now. Unfortunately, we've been through a phase where all incentives were given to investment around our state, like the Jammu Kashmir, Himachal, Uttarakhand, where a lot of industry went there just for sale tax and other benefits. And now those benefits are over, and all of them are packing up and coming back to Punjab. So I assure everybody, and I welcome the
delegation is coming here and we will be discussing about textile industry. State of Punjab welcomes you, we assure you, and one thing I want to tell you, that don't do shopping, like you look at, take 1 hour, what we have given from our state, they take the paper and go to Hilal, the Punjab Chief Minister of Hilal, that's what they want to give us. Then from there we take one, then we make it, then we reduce it by half a percent, take up that paper and then go to Maharashtra, then Madhya Pradesh. And then come back to Punjab, because they want to exceed this year, they will show the paper back again, these states are given this much, now please give us. See, industry is good. Job of industry is not only to make money, is you have to contribute to the development of the nation. You have to contribute just incentive. I think most of the people sitting here, or they will spend more, maybe over dinner one day in Delhi or one in Bombay, then I think the incentive which you will do here, or maybe on the holidays, or maybe on anniversaries, or maybe wedding 50th anniversary or something, more than what is the total incentive you buy from the government. But anyway, look at the state for a long term. Look at the state which has the potential. Look at the state which has prized the work environment. And I personally believe Punjab is that state where you have best of everything. It's got natural reserves, plus work environment, plus you have consumerism, and the state government is there, and the new policy and the new systems you are putting in place, I think it's a win-win situation, and I like to thank everybody. Thank you very much. Renewable energy in Punjab can be one of biomass, one can be solar. We are even looking at solar. We are coming out just now. We just made a 300 megawatt proposal for starting.
And I want to say
Thank you so much. Now my request is to share.
We're looking at 10,000 megawatts. Yes, I guess 100 megawatts will come from us. So you get in touch with Mr. Mahajan. Sure, sir. How much? Where is your?
Thank you so much, sir.